It is indeed a great pleasure for me to be here to spend few hours. In fact, I came yesterday. Yesterday we had another meeting, and this morning actually I have come to this campus, this beautiful campus. I never thought actually such a beautiful campus will be there in this part of the state or Calcutta. Now, coming to the topic on which actually this international vision seminar is being conducted, the other day, Indian Institute of Science director, only few days back, that took actually he took a review of all these researches which is going on in Indian Institute of Science, and then issued one notification that all the researcher, whether you are in science, engineering, or humanities or whatever it is, you must use AI. And because this has really become not only as a sort of buzzword, but necessity. So, therefore, when I say that actually artificial intelligence for a person like me who belong to say Hathoda age, I am basically mechanical engineer, and this is all Latin and Greek to me, but I am also trying to learn, and all of us have to learn. Now, AI definitely it covers not only your artificial intelligence and machine learning, it also covers the data science, it covers IoT, it covers robotics, okay, and all these things actually it is covered. Now, coming to the AI as such, if you find one of the actually most talked about AI tool is your chat bot. So in that chat bot, you have to find that it can do anything and everything that you want. But there are actually large number of tools available which are specific to applications. In fact, there are about 51 softwares available which are being used for various applications, and mostly those applications they cover such diverse areas as agriculture, then forestry, weather prediction, also many such other areas. But some of the things actually which are used in the industry sense, in the industry field, I will just give you one example. You see, Mahindra, automobile manufacturers, they have actually come out with a sort of setup where they use AI, okay, machine vision, to find out what is the type of actually defect in painting of cars, where exactly the problem lies. So there, in this setup, the car moves and both the sides actually cameras and all the things are fitted, sensors are there. It exactly points out that here is a small patch, maybe say 1 millimeter in diameter, where the painting is not good, and exactly paint is actually applied in that spot, so that when it comes out you get a perfect painting. And you must have seen that over the periods, at least those of us actually who you all belong to Calcutta, from our, let us say, ambassador days and today's painting of the car that you find, they are so different. So this is actually one small thing I wanted to say. Similarly, in machining also, the defects which are there in the machining process, they are being detected and actions are being taken to rectify it. So, apart from these few applications, what I would like to say, all of us actually were saying, and even the government is saying, that you go for startup, and we have already something like 1,70,000 startups already in our country, out of which about 100 are unicorn. Okay, but most of these startups are actually, they are using AI as a sort of tool to develop various their products and marketing it. I will just tell you about the story of two of IITians. One is actually from IIT Kharagpur. His name is Ashish Mahapatra, and the other one is Ruchi Kalra. That Ruchi Kalra is from IIT Delhi, and both of them, they were in the corporate sector. They went to ISB to read management, and there only they came together and they decided to have a family of their own. At the same time, both have their own startups, and both are unicorn. And you understand actually what unicorn means. Possibly they are the only husband and wife unicorn that India has. And one of them, his business is off business. The other fellow's business actually I don't remember. But both are independent, and they have all succeeded. So there is no reason that why you will not really succeed. You must be thinking in that line, and it is better thing than in that line, because this country really cannot provide job to everybody and to their satisfaction. We have to be creator of job. Now, one more thing which I like to say, that or one of the areas where actually you can think of, apart from so many other things, skill development is being given actually a lot of importance to make people work. And for skill development, AI definitely can be used very effectively. So for example, all type of complicated maintenance job that you have, for them, AI can be used to guide the fellow that how he will go about repairing it, how he will actually disassemble it, how he will assemble it, not only for the training, but in real life also this could be done. And in fact, many industries, they are really using this tool. So supposing if you say Hindustan Lever is having say so many factories in different places, the learnings are altogether different from each of this one, and their learnings are getting assimilated together, and they are actually guiding, based on that experience, they are guiding how to handle a sort of problem. So this is actually one area where definitely you can think of. If you are having a little bit of engineering background, you can definitely do so. Now, one more thing actually which I would like to point it out, that we talk about actually ethics. Actually, ethics and morality, they are not actually one and the same. And we want that the business has to be done ethically. Everybody says that. But at the same time, who are the maximum paid fellows? The professional hackers. And their job is actually most unethical job. You think of actually in the defense sector, in your police and other the administration sector, hacking is actually the most sought after thing so far as the sought after thing, I should say. And one thing which I would like to say, you may be knowing there is only one university of forensic science, and that forensic science university is located in Ahmedabad. And this institute trains on forensic science not only from India but also from neighboring countries. They send their actually people for training these purposes. And there, hacking is actually one of the things which is taught. So therefore, what is ethical and what is not ethical will really depend on what is the purpose for which actually we are doing this job. Okay? So, if our purpose is actually to catch the culprit, and which is not actually, who is really a threat to the society or to humanities, this whole thing becomes actually ethical, not actually unethical. So, but when we are talking of using AI, we should only think of using AI for this ethical purposes, not for something like actually this that you will create a digital arrest and extract money. These are definitely totally unethical things, not acceptable at all. And the other part actually which I'd like to say, that your seminar is having a sort of, is having focus on sustainability. Okay? And sustainability is the thing today. All of us actually, we talk about actually ESG. Okay? So, this sustainability goal is very, very important, and what Professor Sahasrabudhe just told you now, just before, that we should only think of, that he has given the importance of actually circular economy. Okay? That is, circular economy means actually the waste actually we are trying to convert into wealth. Ultimately, the waste component actually you are reducing to zero or make everything usable. Okay? And this leads to, definitely this leads to sustainability. And sustainability is actually one of the parameters based on which the corporate performance is also judged. Now, here actually I would like to remind you one very simple thing. All of us actually we know about it, and even we chant about it. What we say? Dyo Santi, Antarikhyam Santi, Prithiving Santi, Rapo Santi, Rausodhaya Santi, Vanaspatya Santi, and so on. What actually this Santi means? Santi means actually calmness. Okay? And if you create actually disturbance, the entropy increases. Okay? So we have to create such a situation that where the So the destruction of the so-called Panchabhuta, which we are really talking of, that becomes really zero or minimal. This is one part, and you must also use these things like this material, whatever that you get, to the minimum extent, so that the disturbance actually is not the disturbance is under control, and this will become this real goal of all of us, the entire world, that in future what we could really do. And this can also become a very good business opportunity for all of you if you want to really develop some things actually which can really reduce these requirements. But mind you, we are all very excited about using all these silicon-based technologies, this mobile, this, that, etc. But in the process, we are creating, say, huge amount of actually waste material which cannot be absorbed by the planet on its own, and disposing of them is becoming really big issue. So any of such things that you take, and if you want to start actually a sort of enterprise, please actually think of how to convert this waste to wealth. In the process, what has happened in India, the waste from the developed countries, Western countries, they find their way to Delhi. And Delhi is actually electronic waste particularly. And Delhi has become a dumping ground for all these things. All these ships which are handling, waste materials, they cannot destroy it in their own countries. They are coming to Gujarat and Andhra Pradesh to ship breaking yards, which is absolutely dangerous, and we cannot really think of actually doing this one. We are producing aluminium, but we do not know actually how to destroy aluminium pots, and they are being collected somewhere. I know at least Odisha produces a good quantity of aluminium, but these aluminium pots are dumped in a yard in Sundargarh, Western Odisha. We do not know how to really destroy it, and it has got so many hazardous things. So my submission is that we have to really think of how to convert this waste to wealth and use it for the purpose of humanity. But so far as actually other applications of AI is concerned, you think this augmented reality and virtual reality is a part of actually AI, and that has become very, very popular only because, so for example, now using this AI, AR and VR tools, you can also see a cloth, a dress that you are purchasing, that how it will really fit into you, or based on your own figure, you will find out that okay, what type of cloth will, its size, shape, etc. will suit you the best, and at the same time go to 3D printing and produce a cloth of that type. So maybe this will definitely create a different type of approach so far as your digital marketing is concerned. All of you are those who are really specializing in marketing, that you will really think about it, that how this can be done, and it is coming. And one more thing actually which I would like to say, most of us, we do not like actually a cloth or a dress which is actually owned by somebody else, and more so with all due apology, the ladies, they never like that their sari should be something same as actually somebody else. They want to be unique. This is their nature. I am not saying anything against. It is very understood. So in that situation, what is required? The future demand of actually all our clothing will be individual choice based. We must get those choice, use the techniques to produce it, and that to go for 3D printing, and thereby also you will really reduce your transportation cost, you will reduce your storage and other cost, and maybe the whatever that you have, the so-called showrooms that you have, these showrooms will become obsolete, and it is going to come very soon. So please think of that as management student, what possibly you could do in this front. These are something which are definitely coming, and we must be prepared for it. Now, so therefore now there is actually a change in thinking, and of course Madam has really pointed out about the education. In education it is coming in a very big way. AI has to be really integrated into our education system. So for instance, only the other day I met one person. So there was actually this Pravasi Bharatiya Divas in Bhubaneswar. One person actually came. He is basically from USA. He said he has actually proposal to have a sort of digital university with no campus, nothing of that sort. And this has been accepted by the government. And where his purpose is that you can teach anybody in any language, whether it is Tamil or Bengali or this, that, etc., doesn't matter. You can always do so. And this is the model with which actually the person is working. Now, Government of Odisha and Government of India has actually approved it that you can go ahead. So, in that situation, you will not require a space of this type. You do not require actually so many square feet of building, this, that, etc. Anybody can really learn anywhere. It is all possible. Even whatever actually this AICT has come out with publication of so many books in different languages, what are they doing? They are only translating using again, ChatGPT type of tool. Maybe that is something like 75 or 80% correct. Remaining 20% actually they are editing it, and quickly they are able to come out with the books. So you see the type of things which are happening, and I am sure you will also jump into this type of ideas and become really good entrepreneur. And so far as actually the job that actually somebody has just asked one question, that how we can make us actually corporate ready. Corporate ready is absolutely, the corporate people also, they want actually whether you have got this strength in AI. So you have to have that thing, but what is most important is, it is mandatory also as per the ICT rules and all these things, that you must have internship. Please think of that how you will have the internship, and do not think of actually that the teacher will come and he will say something. You should be prepared to develop yourself with least amount of input from the teachers. And that is what all IIMs are doing. They don't have more than something like 18 hours of contract hours per day, per week. And see how they are doing so well. Because they are solving the problems amongst themselves. They are through different methods, they are trying it, and but tell you frankly, none of those fellows they can sleep before 10 or 11 o'clock in the night. That is the type of grooming that is being done, and I hope you will also do that, because that is the way to come up, to develop. And so these are the few small things which I wanted to really tell you. So it is indeed a great pleasure for me to be here. And in fact, I am actually one amongst you. I should not have been there because I am in your governing council. So, but anyway, it was a great pleasure. Thank you very much.